Hey you, before the video starts, consider dropping a like, a comment, and maybe consider subscribing. This really does help the channel grow. On to the video. Hey guys, it's Main here, backing up with other account reviews. Today we're looking at Loktharok's account. For those of you who frequently watch my account reviews, Loktharok is a re-review. I think in November 2024 was the last time he did his account, just hitting World 6 at that point. Obviously by now, I should be at the end of World 6. And he is, perfect. Yeah, I mean with what, 7 months of progress or something like that, should be at the end of World 6. That's to be expected. So decently endgame account. You know, I'm not saying that pushing the end of Samurai Guardians is like you've reached the end game. By no means are you at the end game. You're just like beginning your end game journey. Anyways, side tangent. Tangent aside, you're now into the stage of the game where you're focusing on very min-maxy grindy stuff. So what grindy stuff is in your near future? Well, let's take a look and figure it out. So immediately off the dashboard, what I can see is coin. Money percent pretty low. Total candy available to you 15k. It's decent. You can definitely burn some candy on some stuff like shrine levels, like trying to push, well, I guess not candy uses necessarily, but pushing statues, doing active DK farming for mining power statue, lumber bob, dragon warrior, villager, doing all that, multi-kill stuff for the caverns to get more villager XP and statue bonus. Eventually reprinting once these are up. Dragon warrior trying to get this to 200. Statues just generally is what you want to try to push and get up. Bubble levels of 58k. Definitely want to do some bubble grinding. You want to try to hit the billions and hopefully trillions of ore eventually to start doing that grind. You have statue doubled, which is great because now you can really start grinding out statues and getting that up. Warriors rule, multi orange, all that stuff is doubled. Mage is best. You don't have severe purple yet, so that's going to be your next on the list to double, in my opinion. Outside of that, in my opinion, I would completely skip the green cauldron right now, and I would instead double things like Hardy Diggy. Actually, before I suggest that, I want to double check in my brain, in my file cabinet, is there anything else that you would consider doubling? Oh yeah, Carpenter, right. Carpenter's a great one to focus on right now. Build speed's always great. We always need build speed, so doubling this is a great one to double. In my opinion, Diamond Chef is pretty good depending on where you are. I mean, generally advisable, not really right now, but if you want to get your meals to 110, Diamond Chef will get you there. Even the last ones you can naturally get up to 110, just with how insane Diamond Chef is. It's not that unrealistic, to be completely honest with you. Your plan is Severe Purple, Carpenter, Diamond Chef. That's that's fine. I think Severe Purple absolutely as the next one. And then Carpenter and then Diamond Chef. Yep, that makes sense. Honestly, with the amount of gems you have here, I think spending them on the event right now is a great usage because there's a chance you get Prisma Bubbles, which are, again, just absolutely insane for your account. So I would spend your 1800 gems on your 10 rolls and try to get some Prisma Bubbles and start getting up Severe Purple, get Carpenter up, Diamond Chef, etc. It's just so insane. But also with the advent of the Arcane Cultist class eventually, you could also get them through that. But yeah, we don't know when soon is. Soon is such a relativistic term. We don't know when it's going to drop. It could be next week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 3 weeks. Who knows, man? Did have good luck so far? Yeah, me neither. I've gotten the pity jackpot, and that's about as many Prism Bubbles I've gotten. And then I've gotten the event stuff, and I've gotten a few of the storage runs, and then I got a little bit of fours, and so I have a fair few. But I've also, I think, bought the 1800 gems, I think like 7 times or something like that. Thank God I stocked up on free to play stuff. It might be soon, might be later. I wouldn't bank on it in the next 2 weeks. Definitely, in my opinion, I think it's going to drop probably when the event ends and stuff. So what, next week? It may be next week and maybe 2 weeks from now. Who knows? But yeah, so I agree with your order of the bubbles to double. So Severe Purple, Carpenter, Diamond Chef, I think that's perfectly fine. But if you do not get to Diamond Chef, in terms of cooking, what you should do is obviously just use your ladles. Try to get to like a 3 breakpoint. So 107, 104, 101. 101 to make sure those meals get hit by no meal left behind. I'm also assuming you have sacred methods. If you don't have sacred methods, you don't need to worry about necessarily the breakpoints for your for your meals, but 107 is generally what I advise for your meals. In terms of the first page, I think you can get these up naturally to 110. Also, if you've done a little bit of Windwalker grinding and you've gotten to atomic potential, trying to upgrade your fluoride to help you get more meal cooking speed will help you try to push. Where is it? You're at 9. So yeah, I mean, you got at levels of fluoride, so getting your meals up in higher level, grinding up farming so you get more cooking speed that way to get your meals naturally to 107. And the first page of meals, I think your goal is to try to get them to 110 specifically, especially cabbage specifically. Cabbage at level 110 is going to be huge for you to get more meal cooking speed. A cooking speed monument. The thing is, Toolbox is also like kind of bugged. It's weird, so I don't know if this is your actual true ladle count or if it's just, you know, different for me. I've had that happen before, where I like didn't check a box or something. I'm not looking at your specific specs, or if you're like off talent on a V-man for something. Actually, you know, probably a good thing to mention is if you've want more meal cooking speed, I think you should book Blood Marrow to 301 if you're able. I don't know if you have 301 talents yet. I assume not. I wish I could see. Does talent library show? Smithy. So, okay, so you're missing the God Shard set. The God Shard, yeah, the God Shard set bonus hit is 301. So you're missing this. Missing tools, I guess. Trapping then is what you're missing. Yeah. I mean, V-Man's going to be your easiest to get the trap for, but not necessarily gloves. So based off the EXP I'm seeing here, I think you've done a retrap recently, and you at least know about the EXP snapshotting on V-Man. This just takes time, unfortunately, to do. What you could do in the meantime to kind of help out with your trapping EXP is you could do some World 3 gold food farming, because there is the Golden Ham. The Golden Ham will help you get more skill EXP. There's also shiny pets that could help you. So right here, you can get these up. Like, for sure, you can get these up. Base critters constitute EXP. This is how you scale EXP kind of early on with Windwalker, or sorry, with this stuff. So you could upgrade your base critters here. So split your fence yard between these two, do a little bit of Windwalker farming, make sure you have the V-Man enhancement for the 50% chance for 3-second reduction or whatever, to scale your shiny pets. Try to get these to 15 so you get some extra base critters. You might get like another, like, you might get to 6 billion EXP on your nature traps. You can also farm out Windwalker on the T1 dust, so you can start leveling up the base critters from the compass upgrade as well, and that'll help you get more EXP for trapping. Which one is it? Hold on. Trap. This one right here. You could definitely level this up and get more base critters, because this is how you get more EXP. Farming wise, if you get more crops found, you're at 183. You can push this to 200. It just takes a little bit of time, honestly. It's just heavy focus on Evo GMO for you. Good, you're following this, the guidelines here. So long as you're comfortable with how fast you'll get your 10k X, these are fine. It's okay. Ooh, I think you need to pump your value GMO though. You probably need to get this to 2%. I don't think you're hitting the 10k X that quickly when it comes to getting your 100k crops. I think you should probably up value GMO up to 2% just to make sure you cap it out early on in your grind on the crops. I think overall, like once you get to your 183 crops, I think you're fine on the value multi, like obviously, but getting it to 2% just makes it a little bit more comfortable. So you don't have to rely on land ranks all that much. And so you don't have to rely on like product doubler or, you know, getting as many 10K crops. But I think it's a little stretched is what I'm saying. So I think just pumping more beans into here, getting this to a flat 2% just makes the grind on your 100K crops a little bit comfier. I would like to see your speed GMO getting up to like 30%, and Evo GMO. Obviously, this is something you want to infinitely push to get more and more crops. Just make sure I can actually showcase what I do for my crop, my crops and such. So here's what I do. So let me clear my inventory because I haven't done my reset today. So now is a good time to do it, to showcase it, to give you an idea what I do. So let's do a little bit of bow cycling and stuff because I gotta make sure I don't have an 80 bow I just drop accidentally. So, shit. Do I even have a star sign doubler? Okay. No 70 crops here. Make sure I didn't accidentally sell my bow. It happens sometimes. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna get my tickets, my crop transfer ticket that I have here. I'm gonna go back to World 4 and just make sure. Thanks, Locke, appreciate it. Make sure I have a star sign double. So if you guys don't know, there is a star sign. There's 2 star signs that are specific to farming that are pretty, well, 3 actually. OG chance, obviously great. You want to keep this on your character that you're active on, so over time you can OG your crops. Just, you know, naturally, so you have a little bit extra OG chance. This multiplies the various OG chance multipliers, such as the pristine charm, the OG fertilizer upgrade and night market, and other stuff. So OG chance kind of gets amplified by that. Oh, land ranks, right? So this kind of gets amplified a lot. So this is pretty good. If you have a star sign doubler, this will go from 15 to 30. If you have higher level of summoning, because every 20 summoning levels increases your star sign effect by 1.1x, you'll get more OG chance like that. So instead of the 30% that I have here from a star sign doubler, I'm probably getting close to 60, maybe 70% star sign effect because I have 140 summoning. And then there's obviously farming EXP. So when you claim a big OG from glassy crops, for example, I can potentially level up my farming. Like I almost leveled it to 513 there. The reason you want to try to level farming is because of this next star sign. You get crop Evo chance per farming level. So whenever you're trying to push a new crop in farming, you want to equip this star sign so you get the crop Evo chance, assuming you have a star sign doubler. And then what I'll do is when I go for a reset, this is the old strat. Apparently there's a new strat that I'm not aware of, but you basically just want to do this. If you're more endgame farming, this is the reset strat that I'd recommend. It's tried and tested and it works for me. It should work for you. Just do 6 at a time. And just by the way, I didn't tell you this, but when you have an empty plot and you click on it to lock, whatever plant you grow there, the first crop will always grow. It'll lock that first crop. That way, if you have high evolution GMO or you have high evolution chance, you're almost always going to grow the next crop like you did in these second ones. But then I'll just follow down the line. I'll just lock these second crops. I will collect all, go back to handyman tools, lock crop, lock the third one on all the crops, all the plots. Collect all, go back to locking. There we go, collect all, start locking again. Collect all. Once I get that 5th crop locked, I will unlock all the crops. I will not collect. We'll just lock them. Perfect, and since I'm in Windwalker form, I need to go out so I can actually see the NPC to go trade in the crops and such. Go down to Mama Trolls. Go to the Legumulite, drop the ticket. And you see you got 6 billion magic beans there. And then I will just collect all. You see, I collected basically enough to cap me out on the effectiveness for speed for super GMO and value GMO. So now if I go to my land rank info, you see I'm at a cap of 10,000x value multi. That's essentially what I want you to do, is just get to that comfy point with value multiplier, and then I'll just sit here and collect all. Keep in mind, you do need to kind of snapshot your crops found, so make sure to go back to the market here occasionally. I got another crop evo with my beans I spent, because it doesn't automatically upgrade. It doesn't automatically let you get the bonus from collecting these crops, so make sure to go back to the market to update it and register and refresh the crops that you found. So I'm at 58 now, 52 here. I gotta keep doing the crops. Go back. Now I'm at 64 and 60. I'll update and things will start growing a little bit faster, and I can just continuously click and those crops will start growing. And eventually I'll just kind of stop once I hit the last crop and I kind of claim 2 cycles of it. So you see here on the, I think, bulbo crops right here, this is growing and this is growing. I have 2 plots here, so now I can take the shovel, remove this seed, and replace it with glassy. Oh, I didn't replace it with glassy. Glassy, perfect. And this one right here, the basic crops are now gilded, so I can go back and plant the glassy crops. Should I buy the new pack? I have $25 laying around. I mean, is the Windwalker pack in rotation right now? It's good if you want. If you choose to buy it, it's not that bad. And yeah, this is essentially what you want to do, kind of on repeat until you get 100k of all crops. And then it's just eternal push to wherever you get into glassy crops. So if you're at 183, trying to push to 184, but essentially this just helps you reset faster and get to your next, hopefully get to your next glassy crop found. So the goal here is just get all 100k of all the crops, so you can get your Evo GMO to scale based off Super GMO, and get back to the point where you were before in trying to progress your crops. And then this is essentially what I'll do. So I let my highest glassy crop claim an OG overnight, and then I'll claim it in the morning, and then I'll let it OG again overnight. I'll claim it in the morning, and then on every 2 days is when I do my bean trade in. Just because I'm at or near, like, did I do my last sushi? I think I did. 100k, perfect. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time. When you get to the 220 plus crops, it takes a long time for you to get like 221, and it takes a long time for you to get to 222 and 223. Getting to 230 crops is feasible. It takes a lot of active effort, but by no means is it possible or realistic or obtainable for a lot of people. So if you're in the group of people that are like 180 to 200, you're doing good. Like Locke, you're at 183, which is fantastic. But if you want more meal cooking speed, this is essentially what you want to do. I think between 180 to 200, I would do a crop claim and reset every single day. So let it OG overnight, claim it in the morning, reset the beans, do this strat, and then spend it all into Evo GMO, Speed GMO, and for you, Value Multi, trying to get that to 2.0x to make sure you kind of cap out the 100k as fast as possible. Like for me, like I mentioned, I cap it in the first claim, which is essentially what you want to do. And then Speed GMO, you want to get up, because as you see, it's taking a little bit of time for my glassy crops to grow. That's because they have it's currently, I'm not at the sub 1 second growth speed. Once I'm at 1 second growth speed, it really starts to speed up. So you want to try to hit that so you can farm the last little bit of your glassy crops faster. Now, by no means you need to spend all of your beans into Speed GMO, but you do want to get to, like, I think 34 to 38% is when you start seeing the sub 1 second growth speed. But you also need to be pretty deep into the glassy crops. I think once I hit where you are, essentially like 180, 182, I hit the sub 1 second. It just takes a little bit for me to get there. So I could pump more magic beans into Speed GMO, honestly, to speed this up. But I don't deem it necessary, because once I get to 180, it starts to speed up a little bit and I can get to 220 relatively quickly. So it's taking like 1.2, 1.3 seconds right now. But once I hit that sub 1 second, things start to speed up like really, really fast. So you'll see here soon, I'll be hitting that cap and my glassy crops will really start speeding up, and I'll be able to hit that 220 pretty quickly. Almost there. Almost there. I think we're nearing that point.
Thank you for your patronage.
Hey, fish pacing with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. All right, should be at or near that sub 1 second growth speed. Almost. Putting a ribbon on Nyanburger also helps. Yeah, they aren't the most impactful, but they are good. Especially with all the meal bonus that we have from summoning and from shiny pets. It's not a bad idea to put a ribbon on there. Me personally, I got a tier 6 ribbon across all my meals, and for the crop evos, I did get a little bit higher. I think I got them to at least tier 10. Okay, now maybe there is a way for you to see the speeds, right? Like I'm not tripping. I thought there was. I guess not. Ah, there we go. So you see how it's claiming more often. Now I'm at the sub 1 second growth speed, so I'm able to push this like really, really fast. So now the remaining crops that I have should go relatively quickly. As I get further and further into the crop menu, I need to check the market more often because now I'm hitting like a necessity for really high evolution multi like needed. So once I claim like 5 or 6 times, I'll go back. Now I'm at the like blue watermelons. There's the claim 5 or 6 times. Go back. Now I'm at the shrimp. Claim a few times. I'm at the flowers. Get back. Got that. Now getting into corn into this 221 crop is very difficult. I think it's like a 0.1% or something. See, like getting to corn is really difficult. So what's the crop I'm on right now? So it's this little like marble thing. So I have a 0.4% chance to get to the corn. So I'll sit here and try to get to the 220th crop. It is possible for me. Obviously, there we go. I got the corn. So I'll go back and check. There you go. I got the corn. If I check my value, or sorry, my Evo multi, I'm at 1E 143. Now, it's going to be very difficult to go from corn to the 221 crop, so I'm not going to bother necessarily on the stream, but there we go. I did a full farming reset. I'm back to essentially my highest grown crop, and all that, what, in like 5-6 minutes, maybe 8 minutes? I don't know. I wasn't keeping track of the time, but yeah, that's essentially what you want to do. And then I'll just let this sit here. I'll come back to it in a day. I'll claim it, and then I'll wait another day, go back and claim it, and then I'll do a magic bean reset. That's essentially what you want to do. If you're early on, like I said, into the 180 to 120, to 200, you want to do that essentially every single day as opposed to every other day. The reason I do it every other day is because it does take, it just takes up too much mental capacity for me to remember. So for me, it's just better, so I don't burn myself out in farming to do it every other day. If I wanted to push faster, I would claim probably like every 6 hours, every 12 hours, because it's effectively when I cap out on OG anyways. It just takes a long time for me to really do that. So I won't, I don't necessarily need to do it every other day. If I wanted to be more efficient, I'd just do it more frequently than that. Okay, back to the review. So that's essentially what you want to do with that. In your near future, I think you want to consider doing more nutritious soil farming, more stronger vines. I think trying to push stronger vines up to 440% for that extra guaranteed +1 crop, it was pretty nice. Nutritious soil, getting it up to 200 to 220 is feasible, but that's going to come a lot easier when you do more speed GMO, a little bit more OG fertilizer, and obviously more value multi. Value multi, again, just getting that to 2% just to help you reach that 100x, 100 or 10,000x cap on value multi is pretty good. Farming kind of reminds me of doing Owl. Does this give you stat boost or some new World 6 currency? Not really. The Crop Depot, the Scientist Pencil is what gives you the bonuses. So pushing Jade Emporium and unlocking these will give you more damage. It'll give you more gaming speed, help you flesh out gaming, get you more Jade Coin multiplier, more meal speed bonus, more cash percent, more pet rate, which helps you level up shiny pets and breedability, more base critters, which is what I was kind of suggesting you do farming for, Lock. So you get more base critters for more EXP, and obviously more drop rate. Cool. Okay. Let's go back to stamps. Let's talk about stamps a little bit. Multis on, okay, vendor stamp, pretty good. Golden apple, crystalline mason jar, multi-tool, and some, at least one of the carry capacity. So good. I agree with all of those. Fantastic. 17 mega feather, not bad. Try to get to 18. We already talked about the doublers and all that, so I don't have to worry about that. You got the 170 on those. Get the rate and cap on these cauldrons, like 150 is generally what I recommend. Vials, any easy ones? Not really. So vial progression is just generally going to be slow. This won't give you EXP. It'll just give you more critters, which you don't need right now. So you don't necessarily need to push it, but getting it to level 4 will help you with like shaman damage. So you may as well push it there. Sigils. Good on sigils. Pipe gauge is a great one. You're doing the right sigils. Good job. Current rotation. You got the important ones. I mean, burger is just nice for the memes. It doesn't do anything necessarily. It like actually doesn't do anything. This was released on April Fool's Day, and so the joke here is that it's a nothing burger. So, you know, it doesn't do anything. Kilroy upgrades. So Kilroy you want to do every single day. If I would honestly spend the 400 gems to reset it and spend it there, so you get the extra timer and the extra skulls. You want to upgrade these at a 3-to-2 ratio. So every 3 points of second timer, you put 2 points into bonus skull. So that's essentially the ratio you want to aim for when doing this. Faster respawn is, I've heard, nice, but I think it's better to put points into second timer right now and points into bonus skull. I think I would just, honestly, in your position, I would hard focus second timer. Just put all of your points here so you can last longer in Kilroy, so you can get more skulls, and then honestly get second timer to like 180 and then start putting the rest of your points into bonus skulls. So the longer you're in Kilroy, the better it'll be. I'm hoping you have that. Kangaroo. Oh, 9. That's pretty good. Prints. Consider reprinting soon. After you get on the statue grind and after the Prisma bubbles, I think you heard 40 is the cap. I've heard differently. I've heard 100 is. I heard it keeps scaling, but it's just not good after a certain point, so it's like soft capped. I got it to 100 personally, but I have no idea. Yeah, I think 180 on time on Kilroy is like decent. I think it's a good spot to stop putting points into time. That's essentially what I did, so I could start pushing respawn. I generally don't notice a difference too much, but I think time at 180 and then skulls to 120 and then time and then respawn to 100. That's what I did, and I'm getting my return on investment for 400 gems every single week, so it's not bad. Salts, remember what we talked about in the previous review, pushing refinery ranks for more DK damage is incredibly important. So obviously just do this, upgrade it, really important for more DK damage. So if, I don't know if you have Dude or not, but if you don't have Dude, linking to Omnifau and Pocket Divinity, so you have Dude. So make sure to claim your time, to push your characters, claim for Refinery and try to level it up. The higher ranks of red salts you get, the faster it'll be, which means you get more salts over time. And it'll eventually help you with level 13 of the vial. It's just kind of way in the future, getting to like 1,000 to 2,000 is when it becomes a little bit more realistic in your time. Equinox. I'd put maybe 1 point into Food Lust, honestly, but that's about it. I think right now, big focus onto faux jewels and matching skims. Got Eclipse Skulls of everything. Doing some more GMOs farming. Go from like 6 bill to 100 bill. Like genuinely, I think it'd be a good use of your candy so you can get more money percent. Because remember, I mean, vaults, you won't complete vaults by any means, but it'll be nice to have a little bit extra meal cooking speed, for example, more tome points for more damage, skill efficiency, drop rate, all that stuff. A little bit more class EXP so you can level up your characters a little bit faster, more cooking EXP so you get more levels in cooking so you can get more more bravery sword damage. There's a measurer scaling and stuff. By no means will you complete vault at any point in the near future, but it'll close the gap on you getting a little bit more money, so that if stamps, for example, get upgraded and you are kind of money locked, which is a real possibility, you might be able to level them up. Like some of the like the cool diggy stamp, for example, that requires the tools to upgrade. Money becomes a little bit of a problem. So if these ever get hit by no stamp left behind, honestly, I would even upgrade these, to be completely honest with you, because they're so good. Money starts to become a little bit more of an issue. So doing a little bit more GMOs farming to get more money percent will help you scale the money. So you can make sure that you are able to upgrade these if they do get hit more frequently. And just it also upgrade things like capitalist stat stamp or stat graph stamp or stat Wall Street. Like, these are pretty good and you are able to upgrade these, just money becomes a problem for these. Now, when it comes to things like refinery stamp, DNA stamp, these, if they get hit by no stamp left behind, there's like almost no possibility of you being able to upgrade these, because these scale pretty heavily. Like, you're going from 44 arboreal coins to 5 eclipse to 69 eclipse. Nice. So it's gonna, some of these are just like, it's impossible to upgrade. Like, it's not happening. Refinery stamp, yeah, I think I'm at like 1E something. Actually, hold on. My refinery stamp getting hit. I don't think it's my most expensive right now. Yeah, I can still see the coin value here. That's how you know it's cheap. There are some stamps where if they get hit so often, like DNA stamp, the integer on the coins just start disappearing. And if I go to toolbox, here we go. It's at E24 eclipse coins. Like, there is no universe where right now that is possible. You're cheating if you can upgrade this. Same with refinery stamp, like 8 billion eclipse coins. This is possible for one person apparently. Like, unironic. Where's Arlong right now? Actually, I don't want to out the cheater that's on leaderboard right now. Maybe I should. No, I shouldn't. No, I don't want to dox. Anyways, 488 bill atomic stamp. No way. Yeah. So, anyways, talked about that. Oh, make sure to max out the whenever you can, as you progress and level up your orange salts, try and max out refinery speed. Refinery cycle speed to help you level up your salts faster. Because this got updated to 100. Just remember it exists, so make sure to go back for it. 1 trillion build rate, it's pretty good. Cooking, we talked about. Breeding, we talked about. What you should focus on there. Lab, you're missing a little bit of lab chips. It's just going to take time to do that. Rift skill mastery. Honestly, best thing I aim for is just cooking 1,000. This is like really easy with some balloons, so make sure to do that. Think of turning up blue salt a bit for that. Yeah, I mean, go for it. Why not? I think you want to get to a point where you're like really over leveled. At this point of refinery management in the end game, it's really just about making sure you've like way over leveled some of them. And then if you run out of some of those salts, just keep it on 10% for a little bit, or turn off the next refinery so you don't consume the salt, for example. But definitely pushing, turning off the refinery is a strategy you can use, keeping it on 10% and claiming at the exact frequency it levels up to help stockpile your salts, but definitely leveling them up over time. It becomes a little bit more you need a little bit more active management of your refinery as you get into like the hundreds to thousands of levels. But yeah, no, salt management is just particularly annoying. The way I manage my salts now, and I've come into a decent rhythm. My red salt refinery ranks up about every 30 minutes or so, even less than that. So what I do is I claim red salts like 4 times, and then I will claim orange salts. And then every 3 claims of orange salts, I will claim blue salts. That's essentially the cadence I've gotten into to help me like not accidentally delete salts. And I keep it here in the output so I can physically see if I'm running out. So I have some in my inventory for the green stacks and if I ever need them for crafting stuff. But essentially what I don't want to happen is I don't want to run out of the salt in this output, because I've run out of the salts here, then I'm running out in my storage, which means it's starting to eat into my my salts. My red rank is 1492. This is, for an endgamer, pretty low. But yeah, keeping it here in the output is a good visual indicator if you are over leveling your salts, to be honest, because like I said, when you're in the endgame, it becomes very easy for you to accidentally eat into your salt reserves in your storage. So I will level up red salts like 4 or 5 times before I level up orange to get a good stockpile of it. And then I'll level up explosive salts 4 or 5 times, and then I'll level up blue. However, when it comes to green, if there's a rank up there, I will just click it, because remember, your synthesis cycle is 3 times slower than your combustion cycle, so it's physically like almost impossible for you to run out of blue salts necessarily. I just forget to claim it, to be completely honest with you. That's why I run out. But you can just click on green. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And if you honestly want to, you can set. No, never mind. I wouldn't do that. Don't worry. I was going to say something crazy. Let's go back to Woodland Spirits. Perfect. Yeah. That I mean, I did look at these levels. I mean, in my opinion, once you get to doing more statue grinding, get this like Dragon Warrior to 200, and maybe you get Spiral Statue to 200 as well, I would consider doing a little bit more divinity grinding to try to get that plus 16 minimum talent levels from Arctis. Sneaking Mastery 4, so you're pushing 5. So taking a little bit of time. It will take a little bit of time. Right now you are probably gemstone farming is my guess. Pretty good. If I had to say, I think you're 100k here. I don't know if you're like on the 100k grind, but if you are, you're doing the right things. Yeah. So, piece of advice I can tell you right now is, I see your charm level here at 1661, but your charm here for higher max level is 997. So I would consider trying to get a high, when you're fine staying where you are and doing gemstone farming, but aim to get a high level of this golden star so you get higher charm level. It'll help you a little bit with the gemstone grinding, because there's a chance you get like an extra 100 levels of your gemstone. It's just nice to see that. So if you are able to go back and do a little bit of farming on your charm levels, it'll help you a ton, especially when it comes to your action speed charm. 986 I feel like is pretty low. You could go back and upgrade a lot of these gold charms so you can start scaling a little bit of the action speed. For example, it'll make things go by faster. So instead of your characters, I don't know what your current action speed on your characters, but if you are hitting like 10 minutes, if you upgrade this and then get a higher level of this, there's a chance you might hit like 7 minutes, which is significantly faster, to be completely honest. Yeah, once you get the 100k on all gemstones, the next big thing is probably doing nothing island hours, to be completely honest with you. I feel like it's mandatory almost to get if you wanted to push Mastery 5. Islands. You're at 841. So you won't be able to hit that with how many candy you have. Look at your storage. Jesus Christ, all the slush skulls. 16 of these. I'm trying to see if you have any stockpile of googly eyes or anything, because you could DK farm for some more candy. Since you have 370 tickets, what you could do. Yeah, I'd value the GMOs kills right now, to be honest. Yeah, Fractal, 40k Fractal is not going to happen. So I don't realistically know if Mastery 5 is obtainable for you. Why buy the silver bags? It's because it's used in crafting biggie hours. So these googly eyes require the capitalist cash. So if you aren't buying these every single day, you're making a mistake. So buy these every single day so you can get mini bosses. So you can get a ton of gems and candy. It's also the reason we want to exalted stamp the vendor stamp, so you get 4 bags every single day. But yeah, anyways, going back to it, you have Colosseum tickets. So what you could do is you could go on DK and do World 2 colos for a bunch of candy and gems as well. Because remember, the orb in World 1 to World 4 Colosseum does increase the drop rate of your candies and such. So you could do a bunch of World 2 colos. It'll give you a decent amount of gems as well if you want to farm some free-to-play gems. 370 tickets is a decent stockpile and stuff. So I would definitely do that. And you can also start growing a little bit your candy stash. Emperor here. Do you have a name tag for the drop rate multi? You have the cape. Okay. You just don't have the name tag. At least I don't see it. I'm blind if you do. Still need golden bread, or better use them for candies? Well, I mean, yeah, since you're on the money grind, doing it for golden bread's probably better. Since you have the cape, since it gives drop rate multi, I believe, right? Top of my head. Yeah, it gives you drop rate multi. You can probably stick this on your bubo and probably get a lot of bread out of the World 6 colo. Sorry, World 5. Double check that real quick. When in doubt, look at Colosseum. Because I'm fairly certain that these drop gold bread. Grilled cheese. Kebabs. Maybe it's World 6, actually. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it is World 5. I know Whimsical drops it as well, I believe. No, it doesn't. Okay, it is World 5. So you want to do this in World 5. I have name tag and cape. Oh, in your AS inventory. So yeah, you can definitely do some grinding for gold cheese. Golden bread. Doing it in World 5 colo, do it on Bubo. The reason you do it on Bubo is because you can kill things fast, and there's a chance you get another chest out of it, which means you get more gold food. And you want to stack drop rate because there's like breakpoints for where the colo chest will guarantee drop double the gold food. So if I run Colosseum, I'll do this on stream, why not? It's good enough. If I go to my Bubo, yeah, I'll give a demonstration. I always say this is what you do, but I never showcase it. So this is a good time for me to showcase it. Good enough. I'm not even gonna optimize drop rate. I mean, to be honest, not a lot of people are gonna hit 180 anyways. But you want to equip drop rate cards. Equip drop rate, and then at least do obols. There we go. I'm at 200 drop rate. And I'll do card doublers. Why not? There you go. 207, 208 drop rate or so. And I'll go to World 5 colo. All right. Here's what you want to do. You want to be very manual. So you want to drop aura on every single platform, and you want to spam the next round button. Okay. So let's see if that messes the window real quick. 1 second. That's fine. All right. So then we'll go up here, drop the aura, drop the aura, drop the aura, and drop the aura, and spam next round. And then I'll come back to and just cycle through the auspicious auras just to make sure they all get hit. And honestly, because you kill the boss so fast, it's entirely possible that you won't be able to stack Bonjo Pickles. So you don't even need to worry about that. But yeah, look at that. So with my 200x drop rate, I got 10,000 gold bread. Now, I'm not saying you will get that many because you're not at 207x drop rate. You might be near like 100, 150 maybe, but you can definitely get a lot of gold bread out of this, especially now with the drop rate buffs and the drop rate capes and stuff. Getting it to 100k if you haven't already is easier, assuming you've bought the packs or you've gotten the name tag. The drop rate multi just really takes things out of proportion. It's just insane. So that's how you want to do it. That's how you maximize the World 5 Colo, essentially. And that's the strat. And again, the reason you do it on Bubo is because you kill things fast, you get more points out of it, and if you trigger more points, you could get another breakpoint for another chest to spawn. And with high drop rate, that chest will drop more of the gold food. And you don't do it on DK because the orb does not stack, and it stacks, but it does not work for affecting the drop rate of the chest. So DK orb will not give you more gold food to drop. This character was one. All right, stick this guy back on bravery. Yeah, same as World 6. Exactly. Go back to Windwalker and do some Windwalker farming. Okay. All right, Locke. What I'm going to end the review there. I think I've talked a lot and very in-depth about a few mechanics like farming, resetting, and for Colosseum farming for Bubo and getting gold food. That's definitely a good thing for you to do right now. Since you have 370 tickets, I would go through and get through the 110k you need for the beanstalk. And genuinely, I would consider probably doing another, like getting at least another 50k gold food on your character, on your DK at this point, because I think your DK has way overtaken your Bubo in terms of money farming. So if you need money, doing it on DK, going to mini chief spirits and just, pressing auto is the best way to gain money at this point. And so giving him the gold bread was probably the best way to farm money if you need. So I wish you best of luck. Thanks for the account. It's great to do a re-review since November. You've done a lot of progress. I'm pretty happy with that. I think you're doing a good job and you're progressing pretty well. So good luck on the statue farming. Good luck on the money farming. Good luck on the Gmush candying. And wish you the best of luck on the beanstalk grinding. So have a great day, Locke. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I just want to say as a last thing, thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers and YouTube channel members. You guys really help the channel grow and really motivate me to continue making videos. If you guys do also want to support me on YouTube, it's just $1 a month for a channel subscription at the lowest tier. You can choose to give more if you want. Just want to say that. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate your support. Have a great day. Bye.